well, you took quite a long break off of racing, and now you're back, and you just did incredible in the Olympic trials and got a new PR. Were you surprised at all by this success, or were you expecting it?
Yeah, the season was definitely a surprise. I wasn't sure at all what to expect after 3 years off of steeplechase. I just knew that I felt like I had more to give, but I didn't know if it would come together this season or if it would end up being a little bit lackluster just because of the time away. So I was really happy that I was able to make progress this year, run a couple PRs, improve my place from 2021, and just really enjoy the entire process of it. But I still feel like I have unfinished business, so.
You've been very open about your recovery from your eating disorder, and you're helping so many people, but how is being open online helping you in your training?
I just think it really helps me to be authentic online. I hate the feeling of not being my true self, and so if I'm going to be present online, I want it to be very honest and open. And I also think that I form such deep connections with people and can really commiserate and understand what other people are going through, and it helps me feel like what I experience is normal when I post maybe some vulnerable thoughts or feelings, and so many people come back and say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said this. I feel the exact same way. It makes me feel valid in what I'm going through as well as them.
What's the unfinished business now? Obviously you get yourself in a good race here, and what's the unfinished business for you?
I just think I came back after 3 years off. I've had a really solid training cycle, but I didn't have exactly as much experience as I would have wanted. I think that having taken 3 years off the steeple, my barriers were rusty, my waters were rusty, and I wasn't used to running in a pack over barriers, and it just made it hard for me to perform as well as I wanted to in a lot of races. And so that was one factor, and I felt so good in my training cycle leading up to this, won Portland Track Festival, but then unfortunately 2 weeks ago I tested positive for COVID. So I wasn't even sure if I'd race here. I didn't know if I'd recover in time, but I'm so happy that I was able to do it, and it ended up not impacting me too much, but I do feel like it takes so much for the stars to align to be able to make a US Olympic team. It's incredibly difficult to do, and it didn't happen this year, but I do think I'm capable of it. A lot of people are capable of it is the thing. You never know who will have that perfect day, but I'm not done trying.
There are races left in this season. I mean, do you call it a season after today, or do you feel like you want to continue and maybe find a couple races to see what you can do?
Yeah, no, I don't think that this is the end of my season. I have been tapering. I feel like I'm peaked well for this, and I want to use this fitness and try to chase some of my other PRs.
In Europe? I mean, where would you consider going?
I don't know. I mean, if there are any race directors out there that want me to race, like, my schedule's open. I only planned my life through today, so nothing is on the schedule.
And you seem to have a very impressive mentality, being able to talk about what you experienced in the past, how you're feeling today. How do you keep such a strong and healthy mentality around the sport that's so unforgiving at times?
I think most of it is just my support system, my family, my parents, my sister, my boyfriend, my coach, my friends. Like, they have all been so supportive of me when I was racing well and when I wasn't racing at all, and I think it helped me form an identity outside of just my athletic performance and understand that, like, what I do on the track doesn't matter. It only matters because it matters to me. So it's not like indicative of my worth as a human or what I have to give to the world. It's just something that I really want for my own personal fulfillment. And so it just helps me kind of keep things in perspective and understand that no matter what happens on the track, like, the sun's gonna come up the next day.